Hello. Well, I'm coming at a later time today to give you today's message, but my daughter asked me where was the lesson today. So I'm going to bring it to you in a little darkness, but I am still allowing my light to shine. With that being said, today is about living a barely recognizing or a barely recognizable life and it being breathtakingly beautiful. And what today's message is about is working towards building on making a barely recognizable life so that it can be beautifully breathtaking or breathtakingly beautiful. Put your own spin on it, but putting a purpose on your life so that you can have a reason to get out of bed in the morning and knowing that you absolutely have a purpose for being here and that you did come to earth for a reason and to figure out what that is. Knowing that you are a uniquely made individual and there's no one else on this earth that is like you. They may have similar attributes, they may be similar in size, they may even look like you similarly in the face because they're family members. But there's no one person that is identical. Even in a twin situation, they're still different. You are unique. I was speaking to a friend this morning and I was talking about feeling stuck and wanting to quantum leap into a barely recognizable existence and having the breathtaking, beautiful future. And he said to me, well, if you want to have a barely unrecognizable life, you need to do things that are barely unrecognizable. And I said, you know what? You're right. You're right that you have to change things in order for things to change. You can't continue to do the same thing over and over again, expecting for things to change. That's not going to happen. In fact, that's the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You have to change things. You have to change it and do things in a small manner. Some people think, well, when I need to change my life, it needs to be drastic. No. You can do things little at a time. Rome really was not built in a day, and you need to take things or build a wall brick by brick, little by little, and make sure that you are just taking steps daily toward the type of future you really want to have. Also, the major key in this is writing the vision and making it plain. Writing down what it is you really want your life to look like and writing it consistently. Writing it one time really doesn't do it. It helps, but the consistent daily writing of your vision and what you want to have in your life, that is the ticket. That's the key. You will start seeing small changes in your life with consistency. It's inconsistency and incongruency that causes us to have the type of lives that we have now. We get a good idea, this being the first of the year, oh, let me do resolutions. But are you serious? Are you really serious about making a change? If you're serious, you must be committed to making that change. So consistency has to be consistent. It has to happen on a regular basis. 5 o'clock every morning, up praying, up writing down your goals. And it can be the same goals written every day. When I made my first six figure or had my first six figure year, and even in the second opportunity of having a six figure year, I had to think back what was I doing to cause those things to happen. outside of praying diligently and consistently, without ceasing, I was writing down every morning what I wanted to accomplish for that day, and I wouldn't miss a day. I would start out by writing a small devotion to God, telling Him, thanking Him for the opportunity to have this business, to be able to work for myself, to be able to help His babies. But in addition to that, I would write down, thank you, Lord, in advance for 3 to 5 wheelchair patients a day, being able to transport them. And thank you, Lord, for $2,000 to $2,500 a day in revenue. And did it happen right away? No. But I kept writing it as though it was going on every day. Guess what? It eventually happened. And the 3 to 5 became 5 to 10 and then some. Therefore, I can tell you when I stopped being consistent, then the revenue started going lower and lower and lower. I started getting busy. I started being distracted by different things. And by those things being allowed to come into my life, I started losing revenue. And I was not writing down on a daily basis my devotion to God. And I was not writing down my daily goals. So what I can tell you is that it works. And that the plan will work if you work it. Therefore, in order to have a barely recognizable life and a breathtakingly beautiful future, you must do what you've never done. You must be who you've never been. You must say what you've never said. And you must go where you've never gone. Again, like I said on yesterday, give yourself permission to do these things. Start out small. It doesn't have to be anything big. Start by writing it down, and start by journaling and writing down what you really want to happen in your life. Go buy a notebook and start writing it on paper. But start allowing yourself to dream and to imagine those things. There's no limit to what you can have in this life. There is no limit. Yes, those other people have great things. They have a lot of money. But I guarantee you, they were consistent. They are dreamers. They write goals down. They follow those goals. They are committed. You cannot expect to get a guarantee if you don't give yourself a guarantee. When they guarantee you that your gas is going to be quality, or they guarantee you that you're going to get the type of service that you expect, then if they don't do that, you go and report them to the manager, or you go and call the corporation. Well, this is not what I expected. Well, who is holding your feet to the fire when you don't do what you said you were going to do? You have to guarantee yourself and stick to it. It must be a change made so that you can see a change. Unless you make that change, you will continue to get what you've been getting. Therefore, again, I say today's message is a barely recognizable life and going into a breathtakingly beautiful future. Start now. Start now. As long as you have breath in your body, it's never too late. Dream today. Write down one thing that you want to happen in your life. And then in addition to that, write down 5 to 10 things that you're grateful for. The gratitude that you show will show God that you are grateful for what He's done in your life. And then by doing so, He will grant you the desires of your heart. From my heart to yours, take the step. Good night.